You're in for such a fucking treat, truly. Please give a big round of applause for Binge Watch! Love.
Giving the second can be a very dangerous request.
Because they're just
giving themselves love after tonight's show. This could be rough. Lots of lube.
Then it wouldn't be so. Never mind. I will not get sucked in. Wait a minute. Suddenly everything is a double entendre, isn't it?
Which is not bad at all. By the way, this is Diana Brown.
And next to me is Dan Wilson.
Together we are
Binge Watch.
Now, some of you have seen our show before, but for those of you who haven't, we want to know, what are you currently binge watching? What are you currently streaming? What are you obsessed with?
Shogun.
Star Trek.
Shogun? Wait, Shogun like from the 70s Shogun, or is there a new Shogun?
There's a new version.
There's a new version, okay.
What else? Throw it on. These are all
Shogun, Star Trek?
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Ooh.
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote, Young Justice.
Murder, She Wrote, I swear I heard Her, She Wrote. I'm like, that doesn't sound...
No.
Now we're back to the...
We're back, yes.
All right, never mind.
Murder, She Wrote.
I am fascinated by Young Justice.
Hey, finally get to do one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen J. Burnett.
I honestly don't know what Young Justice is.
I know nothing about this.
It's a cartoon, but it's so good. It's like all the superhero sidekicks, like they're teenagers, and they get together, and it's like really relationship-based, emotional, great. It's brilliantly written. There are lots of betrayals and fake out deaths, and it's so good.
It sounds like high school.
Yeah.
Mine. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I love this. What's the one thing you love the most about this show?
It's surprisingly emotionally connected.
Oh, do you know what Stephen J. Burnett gets for that? He gets a button. So we're gonna take Young Justice. Stephen's gonna get a button, and here you go, Stephen. Ooh, give him some love. Now we need another completely different show.
I'm very curious. What do you love about Her, She Wrote? I'm sorry, Murder, She Wrote. Like, what about it is drawing you? This is like an old '80s murder mystery of the week show with Angela Lansbury.
Yes.
So the thing I like about the most isn't about the show itself, but I always watched it with my dad's mom. So whenever the show comes out, I think of my grandmother, who actually passed away from COVID in 2020. 93 though. But like, as far as murder goes, it's a lighthearted show in a terrifying New England town because
everyone dies there.
Yeah, it's a small town. It's incompetent police officer. Yeah, one person dies a week.
That was Michael J. Ostrowskis. Apparently, you can only give a suggestion tonight if your middle initial is J.
I like that button.
Yes, give Michael a button. I think he made that button, actually.
I would love to see the very first episode of The Detective Sidekick.
That's right.
We're working on the pose like all weekend. Just
You got it down. It's really good. Up in the knees. And get some pelvic action in there. Because when the superhero A-list is doing their thing, they need some eye candy.
I was going for intimidating, like, stop, evildoer, but you're saying more like, go get him, daddy. And that's a whole different eye.
A little from column A and a little from
column B. Yes.
You see, being a sidekick has a lot of subliminal messaging.
Is it because of the tights?
Part of it, that's part of it.
Is it the shorts over the tights?
That is definitely part of it.
Is it the mask and like a weird kind of kinky thing?
Okay.
Like an eyes wide shut, but just like for the domino mask. No one's getting it, it's fine.
It's better you said it than I had.
I just have always wanted to be a force for good in the world, and I'm only 13 years old, but someday
One of these days.
I'll be a man.
Okay.
Look, a lot of things can change after you're 13.
Like your voice.
One would hope.
It's called adenoids. I think.
That's a terrible sidekick name.
No, that.
Can you imagine saying, it's Power Man and adenoids?
I can imagine it. And it's sad.
Well, we got a long ways to go. I mean, I've been sidekicking for about a year, and you've been doing it for...
Oh, I thought you meant literally, because we have been walking around this park for about an hour and a half, and I need to go home to supper soon.
Well, okay, I mean, before we go, I gotta take the whiz behind the tree. It's not vandalism.
I don't know if the tree would think about it that way.
Look, if dogs can do it legally, I can do it.
Just because a dog can raise its leg and you're going to do it right now, aren't you?
Just hold on for a
Hold
second.
on, I feel the need to keep you here out of cruelty.
Are you sure you're a superhero's sidekick or a supervillain sidekick?
Oh my gosh, I have so much self-understanding. I am a supervillain sidekick to be.
Look, I will thwart you in 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Evil is my friend. No, I've been raised to be a superhero sidekick. You see, those supervillain sidekicks eventually turn. They eventually start to countermand their supervillain and take over. Oh, you're back. Is your voice changing right now?
There's a body behind the tree.
Okay.
Let me clarify. There's a dead
Whoa!
body behind the tree.
Oh, that's a whole horse of a different color. I heard that from my grandmother. We like to watch television together.
That's very nice, but completely beside the point.
I'll go look. You stay here and think about your destiny. I had a monologue. You might want one too.
Okay. I mean, I always wanted to be a hero and then fight crime, but I didn't expect to come across death. I just figured like the occasional bank robber or a mugger or somebody being generally creepy needs to get smacked around. I mean, that's what heroes do, right? Smack around people just because it feels right. Or is that fascism?
I have news for you. And I have news for you.
Okay.
That body is definitely dead.
That's not news. I knew it already.
Well, I was just affirming it.
Okay.
And the other news is I overheard part of your monologue, and I think you too might be a super villain.
Power Man's going to be so mad at me.
Power Man's mad at everybody.
But you know why he wouldn't be mad?
No.
If we solved the murder.
Wait!
I mean, I'm assuming the person was murdered because, they're like in their between 20 and 45, so
Good recall.
they probably didn't just keel over because they were really, 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 really old.
Might have.
That's true, you can die for all sorts of reasons, but I think it's a murder because I wanted to be one. Again, damn it, supervillain again.
See? Today's an important day. We've discovered our true nature.
I want bad things to happen so I can feel important.
That's your humanity. Grandson?
Yes.
Ooh! Oh! Goodness, you've grown.
Yes, I certainly have. It's so nice to protect you and this entire senior citizen community. It's like my own personal beat here as The old protector.
We've been talking about that name. We like the second part of it.
Alrighty then. So I can just be the aged protector.
No.
The decrepit protector. The osteoporosis protector.
We prefer vintage.
For you, Grandma, I could do that. You know, all that years of military academy that Mom sent me to have really paid off. I feel the need to be strong for you.
Hush, my program's coming on.
Look, Grandma,
The batteries aren't working. Would you go all the way over there to the screen and hit the button?
this is not what I spent 5 years of Tibet training for.
Well, you see, I took an improv class. And we played a form called the Laurent. And sometimes in the Laurent, you're the big shit. And sometimes you're the low status. This is one of the latter times. For you.
Look, Granny, I don't want to burst your bubble, but improv's not real. It's imaginary.
But in improv, I can be anyone, including young.
Grandma, you'll never be young again. I know the truth hurts, but it's right.
The only thing that's giving me comfort is that neither will you. Oh, you're not young anymore. You crossed that threshold in the demographic Nielsen rating of life. How many upvotes have you gotten on the socials?
I only use Facebook. Wait,
And your trousers are unusually tight.
that's part of the job requirements.
And you know what else? Side parts are out.
Take that back. Take that back.
I don't make the rules, Gen Z does.
Gen Z just doesn't want to work anymore, and oh God, I hear it now.
Let me give you the ultimate litmus test. It's 7:49 on a Thursday. You can go to a party, or you can stay home in the sweats you've been wearing all week long. Which do you choose?
I mean, I've been watching Fallout, and I'm halfway through it.
I'm going to go with my friends. We have a new club. We used to be a book club, but now we just watch TikTok.
Now who am I going to protect?
You look lost.
Well, it's not so much that I'm lost as I'm trying to find clues.
Oh. You're seeking relevance through activities.
Well, of course you are what you do, right? Otherwise we have no meaning whatsoever. Okay.
I can give you
It's a very compelling finger, but I'm not entirely sure I trust it.
And never should you ever trust it.
You know who you are.
Do you?
You're the finger.
And you're right.
You're Power Man's arch nemesis. I didn't recognize you without, the cape and the cowl.
Hey, everybody needs a day in the sun.
Are you sure? You're awful pale. Just keep that finger away from me, finger. I don't want to get fingered by you or anybody else in this park.
I like what you did there.
I wouldn't like it. Just, did you kill somebody here? Did you kill a man between 20 and 45? Wearing jogging pants and a t-shirt that says Coke is it?
Oh, yes, I did.
You did?
I like Pepsi.
That was a really fast investigation. I have a citizen's arrest for you. I have a citizen's arrest for you.
You're just like a cat. They can't resist a pointed finger either. Now, I need a sidekick. And you need purpose and meaning. And later, you can try and overthrow me. That'll give us something to do on a Tuesday.
Who are you? Who am I? Why am I wearing shorts over my tights?
I was going to say, but that would have been rude.
Are we friends?
Sure we are. If you want to be. I mean, I'm just a poor innocent person here in the park.
Something in me wants to protect and help the poor and innocent. Therefore, we must be the best of friends.
That's it. We're the best of friends. Now, take this credit card I took from that demised person behind the tree and get me a Pepsi. Not diet. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, hi!
Hi,
I'm a trope.
so am I. I'm Sergeant Carruthers, local PI.
Oh, I'm new in town and relatively innocent.
No, I can see exactly how this relationship's gonna go.
Why, so can I. I normally live in New York City, but came to a small town to find myself and find meaning in my life. I'm dating an investment banker back in New York. But here, why, the allure of a small town basically failed detective.
I used to be a cop. Now I'm a private investigator because my partner was killed by a corrupt cop who was
Behind
working
the
for a
tree?
local drug lord.
Oh.
And also my child was killed. And my wife divorced me. And I drink too much.
Oh.
Oh, it's a lot, I realize, but that's the way things are in the big, small city.
Goodness gracious, you probably remind me of my father.
My daughter had lived. She wouldn't be your age, but it'd be close enough.
But I'm just enough older to make it not creepy.
Not in the 70s.
My mind was just a whirl with possibilities, but I decided to leave them all in Act 2. It would have been foolhardy to do otherwise.
If I could just call you back for a moment.
As in, something I said earlier you're going to repeat, or you just want me to come closer?
Little from column A.
Little from column B. I stepped on your toe. I hope that's not a metaphor for our relationship later.
Be that as it may, I feel like you, an innocent woman in a tough city like this, needs a jaded, older man to help you navigate the possible crimes and misdemeanors that we might encounter together.
Oh, I'd like that a lot. And although I'm going to give you the impression that I lean upon you for absolutely everything, almost everything that happens in our lives will be through my machinations. That was a long sentence, wasn't it?
It was pretty good if you ask me.
Tropes don't usually get such long sentences.
You and I could be more different, therefore we'll become partners.
Oh, why? Do you mean in the wedlock sense? Or that I'm going to have to be a second-rate detective?
You know, there'll be at least 3 seasons of Will They or Won't They? And maybe, for the series finale, we can be everything to each other.
People are going to be waiting for that episode. But there'll be a lot of reruns in between the time that the second to last episode happens and that one.
Until then, let's really draw this out.
Okay. Let's engage in some relatively silly banter and litmus tests like, do you drink Coke or Pepsi?
Dr. Pibb. Oh, yeah. This is the third corpse in the park this week. This is getting inconvenient if you ask me.
Oh my goodness gracious, mercy me, looky there.
Yeah, it's always the same tree, you know? It's the same tree, there's a corpse there every week, and I just gotta come by and,
You know what's nice about that, Moshe?
well, it's convenient because you know where to go.
Exactly.
If you're trying to say, hey, where's the body? You just walk to the big oak tree.
Odds are, right?
This week, or this month, actually, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty good there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
by the
would
way,
do
how's the dog? You just adopted a dog.
The dog's pretty good. You know, he loves me, unlike cats. You know, very affectionate, very attentive to my every need. You know, he does shed everywhere though, so I do look kind of like, you know, a homeless man who's just kind of covered in fluff.
I thought you were just, had a Yeti thing going on.
No, the Yeti's imaginary, but Sasquatch is real. So we gotta get this body to the morgue, see, and this is a two-person job. And you know, normally I call in Gwen, but Gwen's out today, so.
Did Gwen? Oh, Gwen finally took that trip to Dollywood.
She did go to Dollywood. You know, she's been saying for years she was gonna get out there to the Mid-South.
Oh, did it twitch? No.
Oh God, I hope not. That would be
Supernatural.
supernatural undead stuff, and you know that's a whole different genre we haven't got to yet.
Oh my goodness, you know. Sometimes when you're in the middle of something and you think you got the lay of the land, you know, and then things change.
And you know, and they change it never for the better. Have you ever had a situation in your life where things changed and it was for the better?
Do you mean like a situation comedy or just a situation?
Oh, my entire life is a situation comedy, except I'm not the one laughing. There you go. There you go. See, you know what's the old quote they said? You know that comedy is that guy falls down the well.
Comedy is tragedy that happens to someone else.
Yeah,
so
but
you
a
know.
tragedy is I get a hangnail. Yeah, you totally took it from me, but that's okay. That's fine. You know, it's nice to know that I'm appreciated. Look, do you want to get the head of the feet? We gotta get this thing back into the van.
Wait a minute, hold on. Back right on up there. You know, you said back into the van.
Oh yeah, we gotta pick him up and get him back to the van. That's where I came from.
That's not
I
what
came
you...
from the van.
Oh no, you said back into the van.
Why are you carrying a piece when you work for the morgue? How many damn people do you have to reshoot?
I've been watching you for a while, you know.
I should be flattered, but you're holding a gun.
Center, get over here, right in the middle of the body. Just right in the middle. Come on.
Want me to get in the middle of the body? Like going to stand on his abdomen and like move my feet around until I sink into his guts?
I get nervous around people I might have to shoot.
Well, then you don't have to shoot me and you can relax.
You said back into the body, which means the body was in the van. Back into the body, back. Oh, I'm confused.
Yes!
No.
Language evolves and changes. You can't determine everything about a simple misstatements.
I don't think it was a misstatement. No, sirree, Bob. I don't.
Look, I'm not William Shakespeare here. I haven't got a complete mastery
For
of
sooth
every...
thou art not the bard.
Oh, that was very good.
For if thou were the bard, then all tragedy would be among us, and you would be lost. However,
Where are you from? Because don't you know, I am real confused right now.
you said we got to get the body back in the van.
Right, because I came from the van, and so going to the van for me is going
You're
back.
the killer.
I'm the morgue operator.
Well, that's one way to ensure you stay in business.
That would be a good plan. It's like that movie Backdraft, you know,
Yeah.
one of the few movies about firefighters, and of course the fire chief was the arsonist. I know, spoilers, it's been 20 years.
Some of them are much too young to know what backdraft
It goes back to age, doesn't it?
is. Everything does.
Everything is sex or age, and occasionally cats.
Dogs too, but birds have a lot to say about it all.
Yeah, well, they've been here longer than all of us.
Are you going to stand here in the middle of the park, in the middle of the day, in the middle of this body, and tell me?
I am not in the middle. You want me to get in the middle of the movie? It's going to get very messy. I have no idea how long. Well, he's been there for less than 2 days because another body was here 3 days ago.
I'm thinking. It
Well-
might be fun to see you get in the middle of the body.
a job to do. What are you gonna do? What? Are you gonna seriously shoot me because of my grammar?
Maybe.
Are you a good guy or a bad guy or like an anti-hero person?
Chaotic neutral.
Oh God! D&D nerd, they're the worst. Have a clear moral alignment, please.
The world is not made up of black and white. There are shades of gray.
That's a different improv
Spelled.
term entirely.
Spelled with an E, not an A.
Look, I want to handle this dead body. I know how that sounded.
Wait a
I
minute!
know how that sounded.
You want to handle this dead body,
It's my job.
but well, you got me there.
I'm glad I got something through to you.
Let me work this through in my head.
Oh.
Even if you are the one killing everybody, if
Which
I
I'm
turn
not.
you in, then I won't have a job, and I have aspirations. I want to go to the old globe and walk where the bard once stood.
You want my albuterol for your aspirations?
Yes.
I'm glad I could be helpful. I'm a medical professional after all.
I think I've stayed up too late watching reruns of,
Midsummer Murders?
yes.
Yeah, one of those shows where, like, for some
Matlock.
reason, everyone dies in one small area, and, like, one person who really shouldn't be involved solves all the crimes.
I'm going to take the head.
That sounds good.
Well,
Yeah,
my grandson doesn't visit anymore.
that's good. He's a putz. I mean, what kind of person walks around calling themselves the protector? I mean, all the other weird adjectives he
He's a
puts on there.
putz.
He's a putz. That's a codependent relationship. His entire reason for existing is to save those he thinks need him. As soon as we can take care of ourselves, he's off.
Hold on, though. Don't we all need to feel that we're needed in some way?
Me, I'm dead inside. I don't need to be needed. I don't need to need anybody else.
I overheard someone. Remember when they came in and did the puppet show here at the senior center?
Did you overhear them or did you eavesdrop on them?
Little from column A, a little
Little
from
from
column B.
column B.
And then it was a very poignant moment in the puppet show, and none of us cried. And they said, well, they're too old. They don't have any tears left. And I wanted to be upset about that, but I couldn't cry.
Well, it is true we all get a lot more dried up as time goes on. A lot of the natural fluids just don't flow the way they used to.
I feel like we're heading back to the 70s.
Oh, the 70s. David Cassidy was a hot piece of ass.
He was a love machine.
You and I would have been good
Sean
friends.
Cassidy was a sex machine. David
Yeah.
Cassidy was a love. You were talking about our friendship.
I know, but then you got into the brother act and just...
That's okay. Go back to what you were saying. I wanna open up your heart like a can of sardines and look inside.
I know you mean to be comforting, but that creeps me the hell out. That's like saying I want to wear your skin as a suit. A nice, tailored skin suit. It sounds nice, it'll fit well, but then you think about it a little longer and it's not good.
Maybe with a vest and vents in the back.
Okay, now I'm interested.
You always have been a snappy dresser.
Thank you. You know, I do what I can. But all that is still to say is that when I dress for me. I don't dress for anybody else. I don't dress to impress.
I thought you dressed to impress me.
Oh, what would you want with an old dried up man who has a heart made of stone? Unless you want to try to change me after 82 years.
Women never learn. Come on, my program's starting.